Hi, in this lecture we will be talking about a very important part of speech, which is verbs, and along with that we will be talking about adverbs. We won't go into deep here because there's a lot to study, but we do not need it in competitive examinations. We just need to know the terminology, and that will more or less help us in understanding the mistakes that grammar questions ask us or test us upon. So, what is basically a verb? A verb is, by doing word, we mean action, okay? Action words. So, when you say verb, what you really mean is a physical action. Let's say physical action like run or talk, move, kill, block, avoid, etc. These are physical action words. But you can also have mental action words. How about encourage or improve or indulge and so on. But there is a third category too of verbs which are like states of being. And the words that come in over here are is, was, were, am, etc. So, action words or doing words are verbs, and they can be states of being like is, was, were, am, etc. Physical action words like run, talk, hit, move, or mental action words like encourage, improve, indulge, etc. The two most important types for us for competitive examinations are the gerund type of verbs and the infinitive form of verbs. This is the 2 plus infinitive form. For example, when you say talk, and instead of saying talk, you say he's talking, he's moving, he's writing, he's singing, she is dancing, she is educating. Everywhere where you use the ing, okay, that will be called the gerund form, and the infinitive form will have a 2 plus form, which would be something like this: to talk, to move. So that's that, the gerund form and the infinitive form. Remember that we'll be using these in understanding subject-verb agreement, parallelism, and other problems that come in grammatical questions. Now let's talk about adverbs. Adverbs are simply verbs that modify. They are going to modify the verbs basically, but they also modify adjectives and adverbs themselves. So words that modify verbs will be called adverbs, and this too. So when you have words like quickly, adversely, very, etc. These are words that describe the action. How was the action performed? When you ask the question, how was the person moving, and you answer quickly. So that becomes your adverb. So in the sentence, the woman was walking quickly. This becomes your adverb because it identifies how was the action done. So this is basically it about adverbs and verbs. Move on to the practice sheet. Best of luck.